Hey guys, come on in the kitchen. You got some time this afternoon to hang out while I get some supper going? I hope to craft this afternoon, but that's just not happening, but we got to eat. So if you want to hang out with me, I'm going to cook some supper. Right now I'm going to grab Adeline. I'm going to move her over here by the cabinet so she can see you. And you can see her. See, baby? Look up there. Hey, Christina, how are you, hon? How are you? Come on in, guys. I am having a hard time deciding what to make for supper, so I'm going to wind up making a few things. So I thought maybe you'd hang out with me because it's just being kind of that day. And you remember I told you about my holy grail of coffee buckets this morning? Well, I pulled another one out of my cabinet. Hey, Diane, this is the grand poobah of all coffee buckets. This is the biggest one I've ever seen. This is my hand. It's as tall as my hand. It's as wide. Oh my gosh, your dog just ate your remote. Are you kidding? Ugh. Well, there you go. Good afternoon. So I have iced coffee in my gigantic coffee bucket. This is not a joke. This is not a flower pot. This honestly, hey, Lanita, is absolutely a coffee cup. This is my hand across the top. Yeah. Hey, so I've got a hankering for something sweet. I don't always make dessert. Matter of fact, a lot of times I don't. You could eat soup in this mug. Christina, it's so big you can eat cereal in this mug and have plenty. You could eat dinner in this mug. This is my two hands. I'll put my thumbs together here and they don't reach around it. My two hands together. This was the one I kept in my office, and if the boss came in and I was drinking coffee out that, he would say, oh. Oh, and he would just kind of go on. So I feel like making a treat. I don't always make a treat. You're making tacos. I debated tacos a lot because I had hamburgers. Lenita, you do? Oh my gosh. I love them, but I want them to look like a little dainty grandma's mug. That's what I want. I want them to look like a china cup, but I want them to hold half a pot of coffee. So we're going to make some Rice Krispie treats. I don't follow a recipe for my Rice Krispie treats because I have made so many of them. Hey, Sharon, are you home safe, friend? I hope so. I hope so. So I just have a whole stick of butter melting slowly here in my pot. I'm going to make them in a disposable aluminum pan today because I don't want to have to wash anything later. You know, that's just kind of my mood today. So, you know, it ain't going to be pretty, but it's going to taste all right. And everybody's going to get warm and fed. So my Rice Krispie treats are easy peasy. You can't mess them up. One thing that you would not want to do is not have enough marshmallows or butter. If they got enough goo in them, they're going to be great. Lanita, send me some pictures, girl, of yours, because these are a lifetime collector's item for me. I absolutely love them. Love them, love them. And I have a few. Never had them? Well, you just have to. Now, you want to do everything on a low temperature, so I had it about on a 4 to get my pot warm. But now that the butter's about melted, I'm going way back down between 2 and low. Normally, I would use a bag of miniature marshmallows, but I don't have any. You hate marshmallows. So I have these. These are the big ones. Hey, Valerie, good to catch you here today. Yes, Miss Adeline has had a wonderful nap. And we watched a little kid TV. You saw it earlier. So this is what I have. And so this is what we're using. It's not as many as I would like. I will tell you that. But it'll do. Normally I would put a big old bag of miniature marshmallows in there. But these will work. If you've ever wondered if big marshmallows will melt, yes, they will. I love all the things that go in a Rice Krispie treat. Oh, you watched it this morning, Valerie. Oh, I have to confess, I got the stuff stacked up, but nothing got put away. That's okay. That's what having a family is all about, right? Is that they come first, and that's okay. I can deal with that. These just take a little bit longer to melt. They look like a disaster, so don't lose heart if you're wanting to make some Rice Krispie treats and your marshmallows start to look like curdled milk. Hey, Anne-Marie. Thank you. That's Miss Adeline. So You just need to be a little bit more patient with the big ones, but they will melt. They really, really will. Okay? So we just have to give that a minute. Isn't that true? I mean, I wouldn't trade my family for anything, right? So if I can spend time with Adeline, and that means I don't sit at the craft table, that's a trade I'm willing to make. Oh my gosh. I have not had such a great week of shopping in the longest time. I found literally everything I love in this week. Okay. Get your Cheerio. The next thing I always put in my Rice Krispie treats is peanut butter. This is Hy-Vee peanut butter because it was 99 cents a jar. I don't care. Creamy works, crunchy works, whatever works. It all works, I guess I should say. So I let my marshmallows get almost completely melted, and then I put a-ish cup of peanut butter down in my marshmallows, and I let it melt into it. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. She is a beautiful girl. She favors her daddy quite a lot, but I see my daughter here. Cheryl Weldon, my sweet friend. You are among a good company of Cheryls here. I haven't seen a lot of us come on, but it's not uncommon to have 3 or 4 Cheryls in the house. So welcome, welcome. That's right. If I can have time with her, then we'll do that every time. So right now she's happy in her walker, playing with her toys and eating some Cheerios. So dinner needs to be cooked, and we'll do it all together. Okay, so see, just with a little bit of patience, even those big marshmallows that are not the freshest, hey Jennifer, they're not the freshest marshmallows in the world, they'll melt. It just takes a minute of patience. Hey Lori Bumgart, how's your day going? Lori, you posted a picture of a finished craft, and I kept thinking how beautiful your view was to have the windows out across your desk. I would love that. I love that. Okay, so we're getting there. Can you see that? We've got some lumps, but we're getting smoothed down. So I'm going to go ahead. Thank you, Jennifer. And I'm going to empty this jar of peanut butter. This is a 16-ounce jar. It's about half full. So I'm going to use it all. I'm going to try to use it all. I'm going to try to get it to come out of the jar. It's hiding from me currently. Yeah. What do you think? Do you like it? Miss Adeline has had her peanut butter test, so she's not allergic. Thank goodness. Oh, Cheryl, I love you too, sister. I sure missed you. Sure miss you. Okay. So we clean that out. Believe it or not, one of my grand dogs gets these as a treat. She's got a big old long tongue, and she loves to clean out a peanut butter jar. Now, you just stir that in, and that peanut butter will melt into your marshmallows and make one continuous, homogeneous, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. One creamy mixed together mixture of peanut butter and marshmallow and butter. Peanut butter chips, that would be good. I would enjoy that. I actually have chocolate chips pulled out. I always do chocolate, well, I don't always, but most of the time I put chocolate chips on the top, and I let the heat from the Rice Krispie treat melt those, and it makes a little chocolate coating. Okay, so that is now all combined and all melted together. I'm gonna grab, isn't her hair a beautiful color? We're waiting to see what it settles on. There's no real measurements. You know me. You know I don't measure. If I was doing it with totally fresh ingredients, my recipe would be 1 stick of butter, 1 big bag of miniature marshmallows, 1 heaping cup of peanut butter, and 1 regular size box of Rice Krispies, okay? But it is an eyeball kind of thing because you don't want to get it too dry. Like I said, the only Rice Krispie treat that's a bad Rice Krispie treat is a dry one, in my opinion. So you want to turn it, and you want to see that it's mashable. It's got enough goo in there, that it's mashable. Rice Krispie treats. Yep, it's what is for dessert today. I'm having a can't decide what to do kind of day in the kitchen, so this is what we're going to do for now. And then we're going to make a pot of chili because it's cold and rainy and nasty here. And that everybody can like. All right, I got to grab some pot holders. It's one downfall of these pots. They are stinking heavy. They are stinking heavy, these pots are. So let me get something that'll scoop the Rice Krispies out of there a little easier for me. So I'm going to make a potted chili. And I've also got my leftover fried potatoes from last night pulled out. And leftover roasted broccoli and cauliflower that we made the other day. And I think we'll make a potato broccoli cheese soup to go with dinner. We'll have a chili and a soup in case somebody is not feeling one or the other. Hey, if you have enough goo in your Rice Krispie treats, Mississippi pot roast, you do have a few more minutes to work with your mixture. The drier it is, the faster it sets. And so you'll have to move a little faster if it's a little bit drier. Okay. Now, to smear this around in my pan without burning my hands or having it all over me, you need a little bit of cold water. Okay. I just take my hands over to the sink. I give them a little wet. I shake them. And now I can really press my Rice Krispie treats into my pan. And they won't stick to me and they won't burn my hands. Okay. Because they're warm. They're plenty warm. I wouldn't want to be playing in it too long. Marshmallow is a pretty good heat conductor. But you do want to kind of mash them. Press them in there a little bit. My cooking pot, I love them too, Christina. They do tend to stick. And a non-stick pan, doesn't stick. But wax paper, sometimes I'll put a parchment sheet on there and really smush them. For today, this will get the job done. And now, I was trying to look behind me. I have some chips, some chocolate chips, and I think I do. These are some peanut butter chips that were left. And I like to take, these are the miniature ones. It doesn't matter if they're miniature or full-size chips. What? Tell them. Tell them you can't eat chocolate chips. You can have some more Cheerios in a second. But I think it's absolutely delicious to just sprinkle the top. When I used to make these for youth groups and church events, I would make them. Yeah, she's got something to say. I would make it in my full-size cookie sheet pan. And I would use, wow, I would use a whole bag of chocolate chips. But this, just like this, is going to sit over here to the side. I'll show you in a little bit. The warmth from our Rice Krispie treats is going to just melt that chocolate. Yeah, what she said. And then we're going to just be able to spread it with a knife and make like a chocolate frosting on them. That's how I like them. I've made about a bazillion of them. She is telling it something, Juanita. Wow. She's getting more and more talkative and more physically active. Like today I can tell a difference in her. She's always been very comfortable. Uh-oh, that pot's got water in it. 1 minute, please. It means I cooked something in it that's stuck. And I think it was popcorn the other day. And it didn't get checked. It needs a good wiping out. All right, it is popcorn. I can smell it. But I love good stovetop popcorn, so it's worth it. Okay, so let's start some chili. My chili recipe is basic and boring, but if you've not been a cooker of chili, it's one that you can easily replicate. So that counts for something. I have about 1.5 pounds of hamburger that was in my freezer, but has been thawed. When we get a gigantic pack and we need to freeze it, we put it in gallon-sized bags and we smash it out. She does, Cheryl. We smash it out flat. It fits great in the freezer and it thaws so much faster. So that just goes in my pot. Hi, baby girl. You need some more Cheerios? You need some more? The dogs like it when she has Cheerios. The dogs like it a lot when Adelaide's here. Oh, no. What? What? Aye, 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 aye. All right, and we need to throw an onion in with our burger. They are so heavy, Robin. That would be the only other downfall to it, is the weight makes it hard for me to like drain stuff out of it. So everything about them I absolutely love. The only downfalls that I've ever had is then things tend to stick if I'm not careful, or if I have something really heavy weight in them for a long time. She wants attention. As soon as I turn around, she quits. Talk to the girls. Talk to your friends. Talk to your friends. We got to get the chili done. We can quit after the chili if we don't get the soup. We got to get in on. We got to get in on. So we're just going to get this onion tossed in here and brown, and brown this hamburger up. And get my masher thingy. This is my favorite kitchen tool. You can use it. You can absolutely use it to stir your items, but it's perfect. It was made to break up meat in your pan. That was pretty. It has been raining like crazy here, you guys. Oh my gosh. I know, Christina. Would you please, could you just entertain the baby for me for a few minutes? She's yeah, you get it, girl. Today we're going really basic in the chili department. You can do absolutely whatever you want to do with your chili. I know it will not be, Cheryl. I know. We are in, constant days of change. When she was a real little baby, she slept for nice long naps. When she napped, I did my stuff. And now she takes short little naps. Hey, Janet, welcome. Now she takes short little naps, and we work with her here. And as soon as she gets more mobile, I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. The way my house is built, you can't gate off the room you're in. So that would have been what I would have done when my own kids were little. I would have just put a gate up in the kitchen door, and we would have just let them play in the floor with, whatever they could pull out of the cabinets. And I would get my work done. But this house is a little more open than that. Okay, basic, boring chili. Really it is. I could apologize, but it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Let me grab my chili seasoning here. Okay. So we just buy our chili seasoning at Sam's, and I transfer it into these jars. I don't know why I like them. And I love these. These are, it says, I don't know if you can see it, Mom's, and it has an old lady that looks like me. And it says Mom's Mason Jar. I know, Christina. After we have Ruben and Adeline here, it's going to really be fun. I just love these. A friend of mine and I found them at a garage sale one time in a box of old jars. And they were 6. And I have 6 kids, so I got the Mom's jars. I love these things. And I was going to put things in them and give them to the kids. And I thought, oh, no. Mama's keeping them. Chili is a great, and chili is awesome if you don't have a big family, because chili freezes so well. And so you don't have to eat it, for 10 days until your pot is gone. I've never seen one, Lori. I've never seen them before that day, and I have never seen them since. Let me see. Since it just has my chili seasoning in there, I'll see if I can put a towel. That doesn't help at all. Anyway, they're just beautiful. It's scripted writing. And it says Mom's, and you can there you go, you can kind of see her graphic. And Mom's Mason Jar. If you find out any information on them, Lori, let me know. It's the one and only time in my life I've ever seen them. And since then, I have looked. When I see old Mason jars, I always check to see if there's a Mom's Mason Jar. And never have seen it. Okay, this is a new batch of hamburger. It is very, very lean. I know. So I don't have to drain this at all. If I needed to drain it, I would stick my paper towel in there and soak it up. Y'all see my gigantic, this is the big Mondo of my coffee bucket collection. I should measure its capacity, but here's the quart jar, and here's my coffee bucket. That's a really good comparison shot for you right there. I bet it holds every bit of a quart of coffee. Okay, this is about there. If I thought it was too wet, if it was too greasy, if your hamburger's too greasy, throw in a paper towel, soak some of it up. If it's really bad, I know it's huge. It's my favorite. It gets my workout in while I get my coffee. If it's way, way greasy, drain it into a bowl through your strainer. If you are really, really watching your weight and fat, you want to rinse it with really hot water after you do that. And you can get about all the fat removed from it. But this is really, there's not much. Are you having fun? Are you feeding the doggos again? Huh? Well, now that I said that, I look down and I see a couple. You need a coffee bucket. Lori, I'll watch for you, but I don't know if I found one, if I could buy it for anybody else. You know? Okay. There we go. Okay. I'm going to take my chili seasoning, and I use about 1/3 cup in my chili, but in this case, since I'm not using a measuring spoon, 2 big old spoons full, and then we're going to taste it when we're done, and then we'll figure out. And then I have my salt, pepper, and garlic mixture, and I'm going to put about 2 teaspoons of that in there. Okay. You could do any vegetables you would like to add to this, peppers, whatever you can get your family to eat. And now we're just going to do our cans. And you guys, this is kind of it. You never heard of them. They are very rare. They are very rare because I thrift or junk at least 1 day a week, and I have found 6 in a lifetime. So if you find one, it's beginner's luck. Okay, I'm going to use petite diced tomatoes. This is 1 28-ounce can. I am letting my seasonings kind of just get onto that meat and get a little bit of toast on them. It will improve their taste a little bit if you cook your seasonings. All right. So I have 1 28-ounce can of petite diced tomatoes, and I have 3 cans of chili style beans. My mother always used chili hot beans made by, I think it was Bush's. It was the only kind of beans we ever had in chili. And they are really, really good. Really, really good. But we just get whatever we come across. So this is the brand of the day. And that's it. This is my Tupperware can opener. It is the best thing, in my opinion, Tupperware ever made. And makes it quick and easy. Unless sometimes I go through all of this and I don't get it on the can just right, and then it doesn't work at all. Hopefully not today. You use red kidney beans. I like them too. I absolutely love black beans. Normally I would put a can of black beans in my chili too, just to mix it up. But you can put any variety of beans you like. I think these chili style beans are pintos, just based on their size and color. I don't know. Red kidney beans, they're kind of firm. They're not my favorite. I like them. Yes. Yes. But chili for me is, it can simmer all day and be absolutely delicious, or I can make this in 20 minutes and have dinner on the table for my family. Hey, Carol. So it is a great usable recipe. Pinto beans? Yeah, I thought so. And I love that we don't have to drain them, because we want all of that. The chili gravy that they're already in is just good. I'm going to turn my heat way back down on my pan now. And what I would like to do is just have this sit and simmer for at least, it's a long time till supper time. But I would like to, before I even judge the taste on it, I would like to have it sit and simmer for at least an hour. At least. But on a really low temperature. And I do have to stir it every once in a while. Hence what I was talking about with the sticking on the pan. Okay. This Definitely needs some more juice. You can see. Oh, hey, Kathy. So I'm just going to get one of the chili cans full of water. It's going to cook down, right? The longer, I'm stepping on Cheerios. The longer it cooks, it's going to cook liquid out. So it's not uncommon that you have to add liquid while your chili simmers. Now, if I put my lid on it, not so much because it'll steam back down into the pan. But, you know, ew, I think I just splattered that right up under my arm. Okay, so this is my basic chili. How will we eat our chili? We eat it in any number of ways. We love peanut butter sandwiches with our chili. Do you guys? Do you do that? I think we've talked about it before. So we will either do peanut butter sandwiches or cornbread for our chili. Yeah, there's Miss Adeline. And that is the basics for how we choose to eat it. We will top it with, I do have Fritos as well. Sometimes we'll put it on Fritos. I have sour cream and shredded cheese. I will chop up fresh onions, and that will be a topper, and that will be good to go. All right, let me pull this back over here. So here's our Rice Krispie treats, and it's been sitting. And look how those little chocolate chips have melted, and now I know they are so good. I know. I can't believe I even stepped on one, Christina. They guard her like unbelievable to get any kind of snack she's chewing on. So the fact that I stepped on one in and of itself is crazy. Hey, Regina. So there we go. We just were able to spread out those chocolate chips. Yeah. Do you like it? Do you like chocolate chips? I don't know about that, girlfriend. I don't know. So that's it. They're good to go. Now they're just going to sit and set up. And if my 11-year-old daughter was home from school, this would be her after-school prize because she would so clean that up for us. Hey, Michelle, how's your day, sweetie? You haven't talked to me today. Are you all right? I'll just ask. Okay, so this goes over here. Yuck. You're gonna clean my hands. Really, as a cook, she would love chocolate chips. Yeah, I would be in big trouble, but she would love them. Yeah, that's right, girl. That's right. Yeah, but you're stuck with just old boring Cheerios. Okay, I think she's doing okay. You're getting ready. Oh, good. I think I got time. I think Adeline's going to hold on for me to make the other soup. We're going to try. So let me do a little swap here with my pots. I've got a burner on the back here that is just a simmer burner. It's real tiny around, doesn't get real hot. I'm going to move that right over there. And then we can have this burner and we can start our other soup. I am not going to clean my Rice Krispie pan just to make soup. I think I can get it in this small, you guys are sitting on my pot rack. I don't know if you know that. It hangs from the ceiling and you guys are tucked under it. And so I'm gonna have to get behind you and get a soup pot. Another soup pot. So ignore the wind chimes. You're not in danger. It sticks out into the kitchen enough that I have to hang all the pots on the back end of it. And so when I have to get one out that I haven't used for a little while, it's way back there. And it's kind of like a puzzle. And because it's been back there a little bit, I'm just going to dry it out real good. What? Pretty girl? Okay. So it just needed a wipe out to be sure. We're going to start our... All right, I got a stick of butter, and I'm going to put half of a stick of butter in this pot to melt. We're going to make a roux, and her happy sounds get louder and louder, and it's so cool. It's okay with me. It's okay with me. So I'm just going to slice up half a stick of butter so we can make a nice creamy soup base. Now, I make soups, leftover soups, we call them. She is just talking to us, Regina. That and rubbing her eyes. She had a really good nap. and a huge bottle when she woke up, but I don't know, she's a little tired today. So we're gonna melt this half a stick of butter down, and I'm gonna throw, okay, so a stick of butter is half a cup. Yes, a full stick of butter is a half a cup. So we used a 1/4 cup of butter. When you're making a roux to start a soup, you want equal fat and flour. So we need about a 1/4 cup of flour out of my bin over here. That's right. That's right. Uh-huh. And that just happens to be the measuring cup that's in my canister back there. Well, you don't have to totally melt your butter before you add your flour. What? Uh-huh. You want to be held, but you can't sit on the hot counter. No. Can you play with your chicken? Chicky, 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 chicky. Yeah? Where's your calculator? She loves the old calculator that we found in that sewing kit this morning. She thinks it's her phone or something. I don't know. Okay, so my pot's a little tall for you guys. So I'll show you along the way. So I'm just stirring my melted butter into my flour, and I'll show you the consistency. Look at her, she's calculating. She's calculating. Okay. So this is about your consistency of a half and half roux. Okay, it's not paste-like. It's just blended. And again, just like when we made our gravy yesterday, it needs to cook a couple of minutes. Otherwise, it has a little hint of Play-Doh in the background, and nobody really wants that. I don't think so, anyway. I knew a lot of kids that ate Play-Doh as kids, but I don't want to. You can season, or you should season, your first layer of seasoning in your soup at this point. So about almost a teaspoon, but it's salt and pepper and garlic all together. So it's really not as much as it would seem like. You can add whatever you like into this. I really like a little bit of Italian seasoning. But, you know, it's buried. Here we go. Underneath the salt. Behind the onions. And Italian, it's in a mom's jar too. Yeah, my Italian seasoning rides around in a mom's jar. Okay, and a really nice, I don't know, little less than a teaspoon. Give it a rub. It's been in my cabinet a little while. Not quite as fragrant. Yeah, they'll be over here, Christina. They'll come and come over and have supper. And then get Little Miss. Let me grab a carton of, oh, my nose itches now from that seasoning, of chicken broth. There we go. Now my roux has cooked for a couple of minutes. It only takes 2 or 3 minutes. I can really smell the Italian seasoning and the salt, pepper, and garlic. This is what it's looking like. Could have turned on better lights. Oh, I love fried chicken. And now that it has cooked out I'm going to put in 1 quart of chicken broth. You can use homemade, you can use made from bouillon. Sometimes I'm a really good cook, you know, and I make the scrap stock, and I would have some of that handy. And today's not that day. And now I'm just going to... Yes? Where's your toy? Huh? Did you lose it? You want your Ellie? How about a pacifier? Can I pacify you with a pacifier? Maybe, she says. Maybe. Okay, now remember what I said yesterday. Anything that works as a thickener is not thickening until it boils. So this is only 1 quart of chicken stock. It's not enough for all my soup, but I want it to be a cream-based soup, and so I'm going to add some milk to it as well. So I'm hoping it's enough to just get my vegetables in it and heat it through. So that needs to sit and come up to temperature, and then we need to see how it's doing for consistency. This is my leftover fried potatoes from yesterday. I'm not doing anything with these. These are perfect in my eyes to go right in here. This is my roasted broccoli and cauliflower from a few days ago when we were together, and it needs to be used. And my son from college would eat this all day long, but without him here, it kind of falls to me, and I've fallen behind. Okay? And this, I just want to chop up a little bit while it's in the soup, because it's going to sit, you know, for a couple hours till dinner today. It's going to break down. And you can even whiz it up, but use your immersion blender or your meat masher. And once it's really soft in your soup, you can make it smaller then. You don't have to go through the chopping process at this point. And you can absolutely do this. Hey, Judy, we're making soup. I made a pot of chili. It's over there on the back burner, doing its simmer thing. And now I'm gonna make a creamy potato with broccoli and cauliflower, making leftover soup. That's what I'm making, because this is what is left over in my refrigerator, okay? So we have that. No bubbles yet. Let me scoot my potatoes out of the way. And so this is how I'm gonna get my family, hey Barb, how I'm gonna get my family to eat some of these leftover vegetables. I don't know. They'll probably all eat chili and I'll be eating this soup for a month. My husband loves soup, so leftover soup is always happy for him. And he probably would not heat up this broccoli and cauliflower. I've had it 2 or 3 times different ways. One day I just heated up some cream of mushroom soup and put a bunch of this in there, and that was my supper or lunch, whatever day it was. Still coming up to a boil. Do you guys like soup? I like soup. Okay, my husband would eat soup 5 days a week. That man loves soup. Loves his soup. She's not even fussing at me now. You see that? She's just fussing. Let me grab another carton of chicken stock. I'm pretty positive that's not enough to get the job done. And I'm going to grab... So I have another thing of chicken stock, and I got my thing of Velveeta out. Because that's kind of the trick to a good creamy, cheesy soup. Yeah? Do you like Velveeta, Adeline? Do you like Velveeta? Huh? Do you like it? Huh? I would like it if I could get it open, but right now I can't get it open. I know. Yeah. Hey. Hey, baby. Is you getting too mad? You getting too mad? Okay. Your husband's the same any time of year? Oh, that sounds good. All right. As you can tell, Adeline is finished with my cooking. And I am going to pick her up and hold her. If I can get this cheese open. There we go. Because I can't do that, I need 2 hands. Everything else I think I can manage. Come here. Come here. All right, so we're going to cook supper with a baby on our hip. Reminiscent of the old days here. So I'm just chunking up about 1 pound of Velveeta. It doesn't have to be too big or too little. It's going to melt. It's going to be in there long enough to melt. So, well, you can't have the whole can of salt. Here, you want to try a bite of cheese? A bite of cheese? All right, we're starting to get there with our broth. Oh, she likes the Velveeta cheese, guys. This could be the trick here. This could be the trick to getting some supper done. All right, we're just about up to temperature. I am going to put all of this chopped vegetable and almost all of those potatoes, all of them if it'll take it. You like it? You want some more? Okay. You always eat the best stuff with your Grammy. I know. And they'll get all in the crevices of her walker and clean it all up. They know they can't take food off of her tray. So they wait until she's done like this, and then they are cleaning up. They are checking all the crevices. So into this is going to go all my vegetables, probably another quart of stock. I am going to add in a pound of Velveeta and let that melt in. And then I'm going to finish it off with some milk. Probably another can of evaporated milk will be what we'll need. But you could use heavy cream or regular milk. You like it? You want some more? More bites? Okay, more bites it is. Good thing I'm just cooking for my family tonight. Now that I'm putting food in her mouth with my finger. Yeah, it's a good thing the food police aren't here tonight, huh? Yeah? Okay, now it's boiling. See that? It's got a nice rich, it's not near enough liquid. But in goes all of my broccoli and cauliflower. You can make any soup in this same style. You use whatever's hanging out in your fridge, any meat, any vegetables, any leftovers at all. We call it leftover stew or leftover soup in our house. And it happens about once a week around here. Well, at least once every other week. I've just got a bunch of leftovers in the fridge. And a good pot of creamy soup will support just about anything that you want to put in it. Okay? So I'm just stirring it up. Sticking some more cheese in the baby's mouth. Here you go. Nom, 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 nom. Here's my bag of fried potatoes and onions from last night. Can't go wrong with either of those things. Except I should have opened it before I picked up the baby. Because I'm now the one-armed cook. Now the one-armed cook. Okay, and I'm just going to put a few handfuls of these potatoes down in there. So we're making a creamy potato soup with broccoli and cauliflower in it. And it'll be delicious, you guys. In it goes. Do you want a potato? Let me see if I can find you a soft potato. There you go. Want to try it? Potato? Okay, so in they go. I just barely have enough liquid. You can see it sitting above. If I stir it, I can stir it in to the liquid. So I'm going to open my other canister. I'm going to put 2 more cups of my liquid in, and I'm going to put the cheese in, and I'm going to let it all melt together. Then I'm going to finish it with some milk. For now, I'm going to let you go and finish cooking. We have our Rice Krispie treats over there. My chili is on a very slow simmer on this back burner. It's just barely bubbling, just what I want to see. I don't think you can see it where I am. I'll take some good pictures for you, hopefully, if I remember. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 2 in the afternoon. We're having a big sale, if you haven't heard. Plan to come back and hang with me. I got all of your vintage things that you love ready for you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.